What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm back playing more Patreon VGC team fixing. Today, we're looking at an absolutely amazing anti-meta team that features Mienshao, Clear Amulet, Swords Dance, Iron Hands, and Rock Ogre Pawn. This team's like really cool. It's submitted by Grim. It's on the official team submission post from Patreon. We can check that out right now. If you guys have a team you guys want me to take a look at, use in a video, and do my absolute best to fix to the best of my ability, think about checking out the Patreon. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, gets access to all this stuff. But basically, if we scroll down here, we're working on a bunch of these teams. Working at Grimpedia's team right here. They say they intend this team for like ranked ladders. So this is closed team sheet. It's mostly a lot of flutter and Sin bait, which can quickly turn the game into a 4v2. I really love how in-depth they were with how each mon's role fits in the team. I love the Mienshao, right? It puts so much work into the team. It's immune to Intimidate because it has the inner focus, and it also threatens things with a fake out of its own. From there, it's just really good. It's going to Insin, Arcaludon. It has Ice Spinner for things like Lando. It's the perfect anti-meta mon right now. I really like this thing, and it's just great. Like, this thing's gonna be able to trade 1-for-1, 1-for-2, 1-for-3 in so many matchups. I like it a lot. They're using Iron Hands, AV Metagross, Rock Ogre Pawn, which I think is really good on this team, being a soft redirector with like the sturdy ability. Really good. One of my favorites right now. And they were just saying the team kind of struggles with like Raging Bolt and like what thing they should do. They say they usually rank between top 8 and 10k with this team. Highest they were is top 5. And I think this team's biggest problem, if I were to find one, is that it's going to struggle closing out games against like really good players. I feel like against like random players, it's not that you're cheesing them, it's that you're going to be able to beat pretty much anybody. You have good speed control, you have redirection, you have solid aggressive play styles, and you can go into like a hyper aggressive mode if you need to. You have solid answers for Flutter and Shempow with things like Metagross. Like, I like the team, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you guys want to try this team out for yourself, feel free to try this rental. This team should do great. If you need a team to get you to Master Ball and play against most people with fun mons, this is a good team for that. I do think, though, that this team is going to struggle a little bit more going into like high-level Bolt balance. Maybe like high-level Dozo could be problematic. And I think that you might just have to hold the L in that one. I feel like this team probably wouldn't be one that I think would be like a rank 1 team. But like, you could probably get to like top 2k. I'm going to be playing in the top 1000s today. So we're going to see how this team does against top players, and if my theory is correct. But yeah, I think this team is just really solid. And once they realize that like some of your mons are a little bit too aggressive, like once they realize your Roaring Moon can't really hit a lot of mons, once they realize your Mienshao only has like 2 moves, like we really do struggle against ghost types with this team. You know, we're really reliant on like knockoff from Metagross, where Iron Hands is almost useless, especially if they have like a good Terra to block our Thunder Punch that turn. It's gonna be really hard for this team to close out like good ghost Terras or good ghost types. So that could be problematic, but I do think this team is really good. I can't wait to get into fixing it. And I do think that the only real advice I'm going to have for this team is like being able to slow down the game, make them waste their Terra, and try and punish. So that's what we're hoping to do today, is learn a little bit more about how I would personally play the team as opposed to like what we're going to do with the EVs, but we will try and fix the EVs near the end as well. So yeah, that's enough talking. Let's get right into this. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, I've seen like a variant of this team going around a bit. It's like solo Dozo with like Tinglu, and it's not balanced per se, but it's very aggressive, right? So I think the way to beat this team is to not fall for the Dozo bait and realize like sometimes you're going to win the 1v1 versus the solo Dozo in the late game, and sometimes you're not. It's basically, if you look at that Dozo like a Gastrodon, like it has like Yawn and lefties, and kind of ignore it, you're probably going to be okay. I think the big threat in this team is actually like the Tinglu and the Dengo. So that being said, we want to bring mons that are good into those. I think honestly, like Rock Pawn is very good into everything that's not Tinglu and Dengo, but I still think we should bring it. We're going to be featuring the Mienshao as well. I just want to make sure we have Close Combat, Ice Spinner, Fake Out, Wide Guard. So that means it's really bad into like Dengo. I think Dengo is the threat here. I think I'm going to open up with Roaring Moon. I think I'm going to open up Roaring Moon and Rock Pawn, and that's going to give me an out into like, that's good against Dengo. That's going to be able to knock off the Tinglu. I want to look at this Metagross here. Bullet Punch, Heavy Slime, Psychic Fangs, Knockoff. Don't really need Metagross here. We're going to need to bring Lando, which I'm not too happy about. And then we'll just bring the Mienshao. I don't think Mienshao's like particularly busted here at all, but it's the Pokemon that they really wanted to feature the most. And so I want to feature it as well. This person's ranked like top 200. I think they were like 244. The account that I'm playing on right now, I think I'm in like the 800s. So like, we're actually at like the higher end of the ladder here, so we're going to see a really good player playing a good team. I think the Mienshao, though, it provides like a secondary fake-out support in the late game. It has inner focus. It should have some value here, and it should help us like close out the game. It's good against Ting Lu. I think it's just a really, really good mon. It's good against Dragonite with the Ice Spinner, so I think we got shots here. So there's the Dozo. We knew that was going to happen. There's the Mienshao. I think in this situation, the way I like to play versus teams like this, specifically ones that have Dozo and Mienshao, is to just drop a double protect, see which one of them protects, and then double into that slot, because we have a really, really good board state here. So we're just going to go for a protect, because we don't need to do anything right now. There's no reason for us to risk anything. Spiky Shield is even better than Protect. And so let's see. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to go Protect Mienshao Yan, or are they going to go Protect Dozo, like Sacred Sword, or like Ice Spinner, or Icicle Crash, or something? So just being able to slow the game down, even though we're playing a very, very aggressive team, is very, very solid. We can also, if we see them going for like an attack that's not very strong, we can even pivot out one of our mons. Like let's say they're like Wave Crashing our Rock Pond slot. We could like pivot out for Mienshao, soak that Wave Crash, and then have like a fake out pin against them. So that is definitely an option worth going into. So let's just see what they're going to do here. Let's see what they're going to do. And yeah, we have a fake out pin in the back. See how we're forcing a Terra turn 1, even though like we're not doing anything? We're letting them reveal what they want to do, and then we're going to try and punish. Steel Terra, that's great for Mienshao to be able to come in hot, because they're trying to block a grass attack, right? And so I'd like to see if their Mienshao protects. Remember, they have a slower Protect than our Roaring Moon because we had to boost our speed. Show them that Protect. It's almost like I play the game, right? It's almost like I play the game. And then this next turn, we're just going to like go hard into that Mienshao slot. Nice. And are they Wave Crashing or Earthquake? Heavy Slam. Relatively same thing. Kind of scary, but I think it's fine. Let's see. We have... Oh, yeah, and they take the damage. Nice. Cool. So Mienshao's really good at that. We see leftovers over there. Now, we could attack this this little guy, this Dozo. I think that, though, I would rather just double into the Mienshao slot. And I think they're going to pivot. So I'm probably going to go Knock Off and Rock Attack. So we're going to Knock Off there and just Ivy Cudgel. I think this is fine. We could Tailwind Ivy Cudgel, but they'll probably Sash. And I think they're pivoting for Ting Lu. Just what I think. They could stay in an attack, like, they could absolutely get, like, a double, or some sort of, not a double KO, but they can get a KO here on something, and that's okay. They're going to probably, they're trying to flinch our Rock Pond, and then, we'll see. Don't flinch me, bro. I don't deserve to get flinched here. I don't deserve this. That's right, I don't deserve this. And you can still Heavy Slam to that Rock Pond. This is making me think that they have something that's, like, really, really weak to Rock Pond in the back. Like, maybe this is telling us a little bit about their Gouging Fire in the back. Yawn. Okay, cool. So we can just pivot this guy out. We didn't lose him on this turn. That's great. So we can just go Spiky Shield, pivot in Mienshao, just be in a really, really good spot. We can also just stay in with Roaring Moon, go for like a knockoff and let it get, or just do like a YOLO Tailwind, you know? Surprised I didn't, I would have yawned the Rock Pond and Icicle Crash the Roaring Moon. That would have been what I would have done in that situation. Dragonite, okay. Dragonite's really good here. They have the E-Speed to solidify the Rock Pond. They got a lot of stuff going on over there. Good stuff. I like that a lot. I actually think that we should just... this is going to be a hard one. I'm going to knock off... I'm going to knock off this Dragonite, and I'm going to Spiky Shield. And this is a weird-looking play, but the reason why we're making this play is because if they are banded... Sorry, if they were banded there, let's see if is this really going to be... Roaring Moon here, and Gouging Fire. Such a good play. That's such a good outplay. I love everything about that from them. That's so smart. This is making me basically waste my Roaring Moon. I'm going to sleep, and let's see, are we knocking off anything, or were they booster? I'm assuming they were booster, but they were Clear Amulet. Cool, we actually got an item knockoff. I really thought they were going to be booster. That would have been a sick play. But we saw the Gouging Fire, we see the Dragonite. I think we're actually in a pretty good spot here. Even though we have an Asleep Roaring Moon, we're going to let that thing go down. It's going to go down. It's fine. Let's see. And we outspeed both of these. So we actually just really have to pick which slot do we want to attack first. They're probably going to Burning Bulwark. We don't get anything for attacking into Dozo. We don't get anything for that. So I'm actually still going to attack that slot. That's okay. Because that would mean they would have to hit our Roaring Moon, and we want them to hit the Roaring Moon, so like that's okay. Because we want to just be able to bring in Landorus, right? So yeah, I'll go for the Ivy Cudgel here. I'm okay with this. Roaring Moon's fast asleep. They're not protecting. Yeah, big Ivy Cudgel. Big. Free. That's free. We take those. Absolutely. Like, I'm not letting them get everything here. They could have Burning Bulwark. They could have killed the Rock Pond. I don't care. Right? Wave Crash into our Ogre Pond. This is still, like, low-key fine, I think. Yeah, all we have to do right here is just bring out Mienshao, and we close it. We just Ice Spinner the Dragonite. Even if they have E-Speed, then we solidify up their Dozo with an Earth Power from... See what I mean? You kind of just ignore the Dozo in this matchup. And again, I think this team did, like, really, really well. The one that we're fighting against did really, really well at, like, the last, like, European regional. But, we're just playing this really smart. So there's a Dragonite. I don't know what kind of Dragonite this is, but I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to double into that slot. Try double into it. And Ice Spinner. Ice Spinner kind of nice right now. And Lando should be able to clutch this game in the back. I don't know if they're multi-scale. Like, I'm hoping that they're not. But we have a lot of defense investment here. So, still asleep, never lucky. But we're out of range of a second E-Speed. Hopefully they're just like, I don't know if they're banded. They might be vested. We'll never know. They were inner focus, obviously. So we'll take that. We're probably going to lose Roaring Moon this turn. Wave Crash is fine. Mienshao busted. Mienshao sashes up. Let's go. Oh my gosh. We didn't even need to show Lander. So even if we had like a hypothetical like game 2 to play, we wouldn't even need to show that we brought the right Mon in the back. Such a good game from us. Against like a really, really high level player that was using a good team as well. So it shows that like, I think the biggest thing about this team that was submitted is like there's not going to be like that many things that I have to fix because it was obviously so good so far. But it's a lot of like play style things, like waiting for them to waste their resources, targeting the right Mons. I think this is just a really, really solid team. I'd like to wake up this turn. Battles canceled. We take those wins anyway, so we still don't have to show Lando. And again, yeah, I really, really like a lot of what was submitted on this team. If we take a look here, we see like some of the EV, not EVs, but like, you know, you got to set these to 50. Let's do that right now. Set these to 50. So we can actually see their EVs. I really like that you have like a lot of bulk in this Roaring Moon. I think personally it could be optimized. I think like the Lando's made right, the Rock Pond. I think because we're sturdy, we can just be 252, 252. But I understand the reason behind why these are like this. Like I said, there's not that many things we can really fix about the team itself if you want to keep these 6 Mons in the same idea. But it's mostly just about leading correctly and forcing your opponents to function outside of comfortable speed tiers. And if you play that way, you can get a lot of wins. We're going to go in a couple more games, but that was a really, really good first game. And I'm loving how much control we have with this team with the double fake outers, the redirect, the soft redirection on the Rock Pond, and then like the wide guard potential on Mienshao. Very, very solid team. I'm loving it so far. Okay, more Dengo. So this is more like Dengo Bolt balance. Probably going to be AV Bolt here. I don't think it's like Leftovers Calm Mind on this one. Leftovers is probably on the Dengo with like Nasty Plot. So we have the tools to win this. We do have the tools to win this. This is not a matchup that I like playing against personally. You know, they have Ghost Terra on the Shempow, so like fake outs are disincentivized. I think Hands is a good Mon here. If we remember back at the start, they said like this team really does a good job about taking out Incineroar. So I think like Hands is just a good lead. I think Hands is also pretty decent into Raging Bolt. I want to see if we have Water Terra. Okay, so probably not going to click that. Yeah, I like the Hands. But then, like, what else are they going to do? Because Hands is garbage into Dengo. And I don't like going into Dengo without a good Hands matchup. Sorry, without a... Yeah, I don't like... this is so hard. I'm going to lead Hands. I'm going to go Metagross. Metagross still has knockoff for Dengo as well. I'm going to lead like this, which is a weird way to do it. I'm going to bring Rock Pond as a pivot for Amoonguss. And I know we should be bringing Roaring Moon in this matchup. I'm going to go with Mienshao because we're trying to feature that Pokemon. Literally, that's it. Like, we're trying to feature Mienshao. I'm going to bring it. This is a hard matchup. I think maybe if I had an extra, like, 3 minutes in the team preview, I could work through a more optimal lead. But I think they have a lot of tools. I would say if I were to put this matchup in their favor, it's probably like a 60-40 them. right? And that's probably a little bit due to my inexperience in the matchup, but they are the ones dictating play. Do you see how aggressive their lead is and how reactive our team is? Now, they can go fake out. That's absolutely fine. We can't protect with our Metagross. But I think Metagross is still in like a good enough spot here. Like AV Metagross is a bully. I don't know if I want to let them get in on my Metagross here. Let's see. Do we have Bullet Punch on Metagross? I just want to make sure. We do have Bullet Punch, which is kind of nice. So I honestly think like we avoided the Intimidates, right? But we're still not in a great spot. I'm thinking about it. I think the way to lose this matchup is to like over-respect Mienshao. I like that Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. I don't think we need to go into it that hard. We're going to Drain Punch there. No, I'll Heavy Slam at this turn. We'll be bad. You can Flare Blitz me. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, there's no reason to ever, like, go into the Mienshao. It's true. It's just true. There's no reason to ever really go into it. They pick out the hand, so we get nothing this turn. And we could have, like, stolen a lot of damage on that instant. We could have knocked off, like, a Citrus or a Vest and seen a lot more about its set, but hey, they played that really well. It's very uncommon to see the value in the Protect Fake Out lead, so they're playing this great. I don't think that there's a value in Swords Dance at all. Now, what I also did in that play that I really liked was I showed them my ability to want to respect the Mienshao. And I'm going to do the same thing this turn. I'm going to Drain Punch the Mienshao, and I'm going to knock off it. And the reason why we're doing it this way is because if you do pivot out Mienshao for Dengo, you're going to get knock-offed. Yep. So this is guaranteed getting me what I want. And I also think the Incin could pivot in Dengo too. Amoonguss. Great. This is just free damage into Amoonguss. Like, we take these. And that's going to be Dengo over there, right? Show me Dengo. Yeah. See, like, what? So we're conditioning them into over-respecting Drain Punch. And so this board is still not great into Dengo, but, like, that's awesome. We knocked off a Rocky Helmet. Great stuff. And Drain Punch. So they know that our hands does not have a Vest. So, like, they had some good options into it. We have Psychic Fangs for that Amoonguss, and we just don't have that great of options in a Dengo, but I think we might be able to condition a Protect. Maybe like they're going to Protect Spore. So I'm going to SD here, and I'm going to check this Metagross set. How much attack do we have? 196 plus? That's enough to take out. Psychic Fangs is a 85 now. Oh, I thought it was a 70. That's definitely enough. Yeah. I think they might Protect Spore my Metagross here. So I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to try and get a SD baby. Nasty Plot. Same idea. Like, I can't do that much about it. Next turn, they're going to be greatly threatening me, but I can always Protect. Get that thing off the board, easy peasy. So they're probably going to be bringing out Incin. And the good thing about this is, like, you can only fake out one. You can go fake out Shadow Ball. Like, you fake out my Metagross, Shadow Ball my hands. But, like, that's so fine. We have the right Mons in the back, I think, to take Dengo out. Metagross does great damage to Dengo with knockoff. Yeah, I think we're in a good enough spot. I think I am going to protect my hands, though, because I think you're going to fake out Dengo. Sorry, fake out Metagross. And go for a, yeah, actually, we don't have the greatest mons to break the Dengo. Maybe if I can force a Terra? We actually have shit mons to break this Dengo. Okay, yeah, we kind of need to force a Terra. We're going to protect here because we can. And we're going to try and start sticking some damage into this Dengo. Maybe they'll go Fairy Terra? That would be sick. Please, Terra. Please terrestrialize your Dengo, friend. Fake out into hands, yep. And so, are they Shadow Balling my Metagross? It's hard to say, right? You totally can. Yeah, go for it. I'm not stopping you here. Absolutely not stopping you here. Alright, so we have Mienshao that we could bring out. Mienshao pins Incin and Mienshao, and it threatens with Wide Guard. We could also bring out Rock Pawn and follow me away the Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch the Dengo. This would condition them into clicking Make It Rain, and if hands lives the Make It Rain, which it should, we could be good there. I like that play. I like that play a lot, actually. This Rock Pawn doesn't have full attack investment. It's only 108 points, and so I don't know if that'll actually be able to break the Incin. I have Water Terra here. I might need to do this. I'm trying to think of any other Terra that I would need. We have Rock here. Stellar Terra Mienshao is nice, but I think we actually have to do this to break the Incin, get the 1.2 boost to the Ivy Cudgel. How many times do you ever see anyone click Rock Terra Rock Pawn? I don't know if this KOs. This is where I would personally like just a 252 set. Because I think, like, having all this extra bulk on a sturdy set is just not value. I'd like to be able to guarantee KO and Sin. And let's see what they got. Let's see if they go Terra. Again, if they go Terra, we can still win with the Mienshao on the back. Ivy Cudgel. Come on, big damage. Big damage. 1.2 boost. Come on. Come on. Rook. Ah, yes! We needed that. We needed that so bad. Like, I'm not going to lie. We needed that, like, so bad. And are you Shadow Balling my hands? What a good player. Like, they know that we just can't break their Dengo. And they don't break us. Why? Why are they that bulky? That didn't do anything. That was nuts. That should have done a lot more, I think. That should have done a lot more. We don't have, like, our hand set's thick, but it's not like, we don't have a vest. All right, so Shenpao's here. Let's think. We have Power Whip on this Rock Pond too, which is a lot of damage. I don't want to protect. I'm actually okay with this. If I get that Dengo off the board, I'm a happy camper. Your Dengo can protect. It's not. If I get the Dengo off the board, I win with Mienshao. Yep. You can make it rain. It's your only shot. Don't kill me, though. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. We take those all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. And they played that right. They did that correctly. Rock Pond goes down. Lost but not forgotten. Dengo will go down. And now it's Mienshao and Hands versus the world. And I think the right play... They still have Terra, right? That's really scary, actually. They still have Terra. Okay, you still have Terra up. It's Ghost Terra, right? So it's like... I want to Ice Spinner it, but I'm going to do this. They have Terra. I don't know what their Terra is, though. You know? It's going to be Ghost, but, like, we don't know. And then you have to hit hands. There isn't a world where you don't hit my hands here. Right? Unless you do hit the Mienshao and thinking that you're blocking a Drain Punch, but, like, you hit the hands. Right? There's no way that you're, like, Ice Spinnering my Mienshao this turn. Oh my god, they did it! What a gamer! Oh my god. Yeah, it's just game. We just lost because of that. Like, straight up. Good play from them. The only way that we win is if they miss, like, Icicle Crash. But they never have to use it again. So, that's it. That's game. Good play. They played that really well. I don't think there's anything I could have done in that situation. They had the Ghost Terra. They saved it, you know. I could have Ice Spinnered to get, like, do half and break Sash. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to let them have it. So, like, I'll play correctly. Which is this. We did double. We needed it. So let's just be honest. There's no way you're hitting the Mienshao. That's right. You hit the hands. So, hey, we're exactly where we just would have been last turn. You know what I mean? Like, because you still got to get that hands. Yeah, we don't do half either. So, again, if you just go into the hands, you win. I need to get a triple protect to win this. And you know I'm going to do it. If we get a triple protect, we win. I'm gaming, boys. Triple protect hands. Let's go. Damn. Good stuff from them. I'm trying to think, like, if I would have went for that first Ice Spinner protect and got my double, I would have actually won. But, it was a close game. Yeah, even a crit throw wouldn't have got it for me. Close stuff. They're going to take this one. Yeah, and they click Sacred Sword, not even Sucker Punch is the right play. You don't want to get a Upper hand wouldn't do anything, but yeah, I like it. I like how they did that. I think I played really well in that game, knowing like when to Terastallize, because we wouldn't have KO'd the Incin without the Rock Pawn boost on the Terra. You know, we were able to mitigate damage correctly. I think we played that one really well. Like I said, very, very hard matchup. Dengo's a bit of a problem. So I think like maybe what could we do differently in that situation? I think I just probably brought the wrong mons to the matchup. But overall, I think the team was fine. Just got outskilled in the late game. So good stuff from them. Rank 13 in the world, bro. I was ranked 1300 and they're ranked 13. And this is Bolt Balanced Dengo, right? So this is, we get our run back, but this is rank 13 player in the world. Okay. So we wanted a challenge. This one doesn't have Mienshao, so it's not like aggro Bolt. It's more like definitely Bolt Balance. This one could have the leftovers on the like Raging Bolt and have like a Calm Mind set, so I gotta watch out for that. I like Lando here, but I don't think I'm gonna bring Lando because they have Lando, so I'm gonna bring more like anti-Lando tech, and just, I need to better deal with the Goldango. So that means like I'm gonna need to probably, I mean, I like hands. I think you can still lead hands in this matchup and bluff the fake out. And then from there, if we have something that like trades well, I can go for, like, I could lead like this and it wouldn't be terrible. I kind of wish we had like a coaching set, but I know we don't need it. This is a good trade. This is a decent trade. This is bad into Urshi. I'd rather not be bad into Urshi. We outspeed Urshi here, but if they lead like Torn Ursh, this is still fine. I think you have to lead like this. Okay. And then Metagross is good. What was our Terra? Was it water? It's a water. Okay, that's not very good in this matchup, actually. Because I was thinking about leading, I'm going to bring Moon. And we'll bring the Mienshao again. We're bringing Mienshao every single game. I probably shouldn't keep bringing Mienshao. You know, we won it the first game with Mienshao. The second one, we lost. We got outplayed a little bit, but Mienshao probably wasn't the best last mon. I think Landers would have been a little bit better. And then, you know, this one we're using Mienshao again, but we'll see how it goes for us. We'll see how it goes. I think Metagross is decent into that team, but I just don't really like it into Bolt. So Urshi Dark. Okay, so Metagross is definitely not the right play. We did this right. Urshi Dark Rilla. So they have a fake out pin. And this is fine. We could just Drain Punch their Urshi. Do I want my Sword Stance up right now? I think because you might do just a pivot. Like I'll get the SD off. And I think I can actually just pivot in Roaring Moon. And I think that's not a bad play. What are you going to do? You could close combat me, but like there's a better chance of like Wicked Blow. And like Roaring Moon's like really, really good on this board because now I threaten your Rilla and I got an SD off. So I can double into your Urshi. Like there's a couple things I can do here that I really, really like. And you might even just be protecting. Fake out, cool. I don't care. I get that health back. CC enhance. They know what they're doing. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Are you banded? You're banded. You're banded. That's not sashed. And maybe it's adamant? It's hard to say. The fact that they're going that hard after hands tells me a little bit about what they want to get done with it. It tells me maybe they don't have Dengo. It tells me that they probably have Bolt. Don't want to do that. I think you just might have to lose the hands here. I think they're banded. I really, really think that they're banded. I'm gonna play this. That's so banded, dude. Okay. This is a good damage here for me. So they lower the stat on my Roaring Moon, and we also are, since we're terastallizing the Roaring Moon, we're making it so we're not just losing to U-turn. I wouldn't be surprised if they were Miracle Seed and they might not even have U-turn. They might just go like Woodhammer into our hands, and that's fine. We just open up a slot for something else next turn. And then we bring out like Mienshao, and we can go Ice Spinner into the Lando, and we can go Acrobatics into the Rilla. Like, we're in a good spot here. I'm happy to actually stick damage maybe with hands. That's good damage there too. Threatens for the Ice Spinner. U-turn, that's exactly what we wanted to see. I'm okay with this. This is fine with me. And they're assuming we Drain Punch that Urshi. I think we Drain Punch the Rilla. Show me that Urshi then. Show me that Urshi then. Come on. Don't dangle me like that, dude. What is it? That's fine. Nice. Big damage. That thing has a fat health pool too. Get some nice health back out of this one. So we're getting threatened by Thunderclap this turn. Are we getting threatened by Thunderclap? That's a good question. We got good mons in the back too. Let me do this. I should probably just save this Roaring Moon if I'm being completely honest, but the fact that we don't have enough speed to actually function outside of Tailwind is something I don't like. So, that's Scarf Lando, probably. So we gotta watch out for that in late game. They also didn't Thunderclap, so they're probably just attacking something. But now we outspeed their Raging Bolt, so we're actually gonna be able to hit this Drain Punch. This is good for us. This is a good situation. Bandit Urshi coming back in. Drain Punch, big damage. Look at that. Oh, yes. Nice, nice, nice. So I think we should be able to eat the Dragon Pulse probably here. They could just be Thunderbolting. It doesn't really matter. Draco. That's totally fine. Like, I'm okay with that. So we have a Fake Out pin. You can pivot back in your Rilla. You are going to pivot that thing out. And you're orbed. Okay. So you're going to pivot that out for Lando. And we're going to win. 100%. Like, easy. We're just going to double into this Urshi. I think you haven't Terra'd yet, but you're probably Dark Terra. Yeah, I don't mind close combat. That close combat's good there. I don't think you're going to go Ghost. Beat Sucker Punch. Yeah, that thing's pivoting in Lando. You're going to get Intimidate, but it's not going to be enough. Yep. I don't think you have Protect. I think you're banded. They're going Terra here. Are you Ghost? If you're rank 13 in the world player Ghost Terra Urshi, be my guest. Poison. Okay. I vibe with that. It's good tech. But now their Terra's down. So let's see what they can actually get out of this turn, because this is the most important turn in the game, I think. I'm -2. Can I get a crit? Maybe. Nope. And this close combat ain't doing anything special. Okay, and then you're going to Wicked Blow my Roaring Moon, right? Really? Maybe? Hard to say, right? Maybe CC? Poison Jab. That's a good play. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, people are rocking these fat Urshis recently. And that's Sash. No poison? Please no poison? Please, please no poison? Ah, it's game. We just lost because of poison. Because we had their Lando. So, I just want to say, Mienshao pinned all of their mons. They have 3 ice weaknesses. And they just poisoned us, right? Never, ever lucky. That poison up just won in the game. 100%. That's so unfortunate. I'll try and play out of this, but I don't think that we can. Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, no crit there. We gotta start getting crits. There's the Choice Scarf knockoff that we talked about. Ivy Coach has to crit, I think. Yeah. If we didn't get poisoned there, we could have won, because we would have pinned the Lando would have went down. Yes, we would have lost the Mienshao, but then like, never lucky, bro. Never ever lucky. Oh well. I think we played that really well. I think we did. I really, we were able to analyze our items. That's so banded Urshi, like banded Poison Terra Urshi. I think it just comes a little bit down to this team that we're using is pretty one-dimensional, and I just don't think it stacks up against like a rank 13 player in the world. But also, like, we just lost to RNG. So I think if we're going to take a look at things that we might want to fix, again, so I was talking about this. I'm a big proponent of, like, when you're going to be running things that are sturdy, right? So, like, if you're running this thing, you're running this thing not just because it has like the Ivy Cudgel that hits in Sin. You're running it because it has Sturdy for redirection. This is your one way to make it so you can actually do things with like Landorus. You can actually do things with the Roaring Moon or the Iron Hands and set up, right? So it does. You don't need to have like all again, you know, we like didn't KO that Urshifu. We would have KO'd that Urshifu if we were just 252 here. So I actually think that you should probably make this in like a 252 like speed attack set and just do as much damage as you want. You can still outspeed whatever you're gonna outspeed, but you don't need to put any points in bulk, in my opinion. And there are gonna be those little situations where you get like chipped just a little bit. And you know, you'd like to still have like all that extra bulk, but like honestly, if you take like 25% chip, you'd be effectively just like you'd still lose. All this extra bulk wouldn't account for more than like 20-30% more your health. So that being said, I think you should go a little bit more aggressive on this thing. I think this one should also be a little bit more aggressive. I also think that because we have such a high base HP, we don't need to be wasting like this many points in HP. You'd probably rather just put like, you know, 252 in here with the leftovers in HP and SPDEF than going like actual overinvestment into HP, in my opinion. This probably does live something specific, but I think you'd probably just get more value out of putting more speed here. That way you saw actually in the game that we just played, we were kind of pinned. When we come out with our Roaring Moon and we get double intimidated, we can't pivot it out and re-bring it back in because we won't have the booster speed, and we'll actually be undersped by like a lot of stuff that we don't really want to be undersped by. So again, this is just my personal opinion. If you want to change it, feel free, but I think you should just use a little bit more speed on your Roaring Moon so you can actually always bully whatever you really want to bully. I think the Iron Hand set, really, really good. I think the Metagross set definitely works. But I do think that like there are a couple things that we could change. It's funny, this game is like actually still going. Are we winning? Now we're gonna lose this turn. But yeah, I do think there are a bunch of changes that we realistically like could make that would change how this team goes. You know, the two people that we took losses to were like, I think like rank 500 and rank 13 in the world. So I don't think there's any problem with that. And then we lost the second one to RNG. But if I were to cut one Mon, I would say cut the Metagross. That's just my opinion. Let's go take a look at this team and break down like the rental code one more time. And then from there, talk a little bit about what we want to change. Because I think the Metagross is a good Mon, but like Metagross has weaknesses to like all the things this team's weak against, right? Like we share that ground weakness on, like we share the ground weakness right here. We have like, it's the pivot for something like Roaring Moon from like Fairy attacks it's the pivot for something like Ice Stacks in here, but I think there's like a better Mon for that job. I think like maybe even a Corviknight might be a better Mon, and then you wouldn't need Tailwind over here per se. Maybe you could even put like a Dragon Dance and be something a little bit more aggressive on this guy and make this into like a Corv. That would also make it so Intimidates like aren't as attractive into our team. But let's go take a look at the rental code one more time. And again, I just want to say, this team's great. I don't think that there's anything that really needs to be changed here. I really agree with a lot of how they built their Mons. It's just that you saw against like the world's best, we struggle with closing things out because like we just can't really hit ghosts with this team. We have two knockoffs and one of them is stabbed, but it's just like we really struggle with hitting like Ghost Terra Shempao, Ghost Goldango, like Goldango's, like it was a problem, right? So you might even want to like change the Metagross to like an Urshifu and just go even double down and be like even more all in. But that being said, I think this is a very, very good team. And if I were to say like maybe what we could change to still keep the same 6 Mons, I actually think you could cut Wide Guard on Mienshao for coaching. And I think that would be sick. Being able to like protect your Iron Hands, bluff that fake out, and then coaching your Iron Hands, great. Being able to coaching your Metagross, great. Being able to coaching your Ogerpon, great. Someone just dropped a follow. We're live. We're not live on Twitch, but it's funny. Being able to like coaching any of these Mons, one coaching boost would completely change how they pop off. So I think it'd be really, really nice. We're gonna go take a look at the paste again here. I think this is fine. I think Water Hands is still good. I think a lot of people like to go Grass Hands. If you want to go Water, that's fine. But remember, these two Pokemon are like, they're effectively the same Pokemon. They both have ground weaknesses and they both have Water Terra, which means like you kind of pick one. You don't really bring both. And so that's why I said like this turning into like a Corv might be just a little bit better. Just in my opinion. I also think Corv's kind of nice into a lot of the meta. It's not that great into Bolt, but if you like go Safety Goggles Corv, you have a secondary pivot into like a Mungus. So you pivot in on a Mungus, block that Spore with your goggles, and then repin it with like a Taunt or like a Brave Bird. Really, really good Mon right now. And so, but if you want to keep the Metagross, this is a good EV spread. I really like this a lot. You even have the 91 to be able to double your speed and outspeed Genies in Sandstorm. Really, really good stuff. This is exactly how you'd want to build this Pokemon. Pokemon. Putting your points in HP first is the right way to do it, and I like it. Mienshao, again, I think that you could cut this for coaching. Honestly, I do think you could. I really like the Stellar Tear here. I didn't think I was going to like it, but you could also even put like a knockoff here, right? Or another thing that I like on Mienshao is going Rock Slide. I like Rock Slide on, or sorry, Rock Tomb. It's good on Mienshao. Another thing that you could put is like U-Turn. You could even make it like a little bit bulkier and have like Regenerator too. Those are just solid options. U-Turn's good on this guy. I also think it gets like Taunt. So Taunt is like another option here if you're struggling. I just don't think Wide Guard is like really that optimal on Mienshao because like you could just, like, I don't know how the team matches up against TR. We didn't get to play any, but I imagine, like, with Metagross and Iron Hands opening Water Terror, you have a good matchup into TR, which means you shouldn't really need the Wide Guard. So, like, I'm thinking, like, what you could go here in this situation. I like the coaching. I also think having Detect could be kind of nice, but coaching is what I would like to go here, and I agree with the EV spread here, too. 252, 252 is absolutely fine. You know, on that Sash set, it makes sense. This is the optimal way to play Lando as well. I really like the taunt over the sub. I think a lot of people are using sub, and so in a lot of things that you want to sub against, like Spore, you can just taunt those. You can also respectively just taunt Trick Room users. So like if you lead correctly and you just OHKO their Trick Room user or fake out their other Mon, you can just taunt their Trick Room user. So if they want to lead something like not Entity Hat, but like, I don't know, like a lot of people we've been seeing are going like Ogre Pawn and Porygon 2. You just fake out the Ogre Pawn, they can't follow me, taunt the Porygon, you're fine, right? So I think this is a good way to play Lando as well. This is the EV spread you need. Split up those last little bits of 2v2 and do a 4-4 set. This is the exact way to do it. As for the Rock Pawn, honestly, I would just do this. I would just do this. If you really want to take and go all the way down here and just finish it from there, but still keep your 252, I think you got to 169, which is what you had. You could definitely do that as well and go something like this, but I do think with this Pokemon, there's nothing wrong with clicking 2v2, 2v2, because another thing is Ninetales just won a regional in the EU, right? You need to outspeed Ninetales, right? You need to outspeed a low on Ninetales. This outspeeds a low on Ninetales, this is what I would use. Sometimes simple is better, and this works. As for Roaring Moon, I feel the exact same way. I think that Roaring Moon should have a lot more speed, just in my opinion. So that way, first of all, being able to outspeed other Roaring Moons is really, really important. I think it's really important. So when you see the Roaring Moon mirror, you can like, I can Tailwind. And if I can Tailwind and enable my Lando or enable my Rock Pond, I can just go in, you're set. So I really like full speed Roaring Moon. I love it. 119 is such a good speed tier. You're outspeeding so many other Mons. And then from there, having a higher speed tier allows you the ability to have more attack as well. So we're actually dealing that big damage. And then from there, we just cut it up into a 28-4. This is how I like to run this Pokemon, a little bit more of a glass cannon. But I think on a team like this is what we're playing. This is like hyper aggression. We have one fake out user, a bluff of a second fake out user with Iron Hands. And so I really like this. Also, what you're going to find with this set is you're going to find that you outspeed other Flutters, even if you don't have your booster, which is really, really nice. Because a lot of Flutters go to outspeed Genies, and then some want to outspeed Whimsicott, but like you also outspeed Whimsicott too if you like don't have your booster, which is really, really nice. So we're functioning at like the best speed tier Roaring Moon can actually get at, and I just really feel more comfortable with this. I understand that you might have had things that were calced to live on Roaring Moon and the Ogre Pond that we changed, but this is just what I would do. I actually don't think you need to change anything. If we go back to the actual team submission post, they talk about all the good things that they brought to the table with this team, and I just think it's a really good team. I don't think that there's anything really worth changing, and that's why like I've been waiting on making this video because I was like, dang, like this team doesn't need any help. I think it's just more like board state thoughts. You know, we don't have a lot of Protect on the team. We have Protect on 3 of the Mons, Iron Hands, Landorus, and Roaring Moon. So if you get out-tempoed, you lose. And so that's why the changes I would make give you just a little bit more tempo so you can initiate trades a little bit better. But honestly, like this is one of those teams that submitted that is just really good. I think the Metagross and the Iron Hands are very similar, so maybe you want to change that up a little bit. But they say the team struggled against Raging Bolt. Our 2 Raging Bolts losses were people that leveraged advantage off of Raging Bolt. They have Taunt on the, like they have literally everything we just went over, right? They're doing everything right. I think that like this is just one of those teams that's going to be like an 8 out of 10 win against pretty much everything, with bad matchups being like Bolt, Balance, Dengo, and you just got to live with it. But I do think this is a very, very cool team. You honestly don't have to change anything. And I just want to say thank you so much to Grim for submitting it, because it was a lot of fun to play. Mienshao is highly underrated. I think they had Stellar Terra on the rental code, but they have Fighting Terra here, and I didn't notice that. But, you know, just go back to Stellar Terra if you want to use that. You can also go Ghost. I think Ghost is very standard. You could even do something like... I like the Fighting, honestly, because you do that. You just pop a Ting Lu that first time. But if you're going to go Fighting Terra, you might as well just go Stellar on this guy. That way you can get a little bit extra damage on Ice Spinner versus Amoonguss. So I like that as well. But yeah, great rental code. Think about trying it out in your own games. I could play some games with the fixed version, I guess. Let's do that. Let's play a game. Let's play a game with the fixed version and see how it goes. All right, so here we go. We're going up into Amoonguss, Archaludon, Pelipper. Pelipper is like really, really strong. I'm going to have to find a way to deal with that. I think, though, that if we can deal with the Amoonguss correctly, we're going to be fine. So let's think about how we want to do this. I think that Iron Hands is a good lead into this. And I'm going to lead Ogerpon. It doesn't matter if we get like Fake Out and Intimidated. We want to be able to redirect away. Maybe we don't need to lead Rockpon though. What if we would like Iron Hands Mienshao and actually lead in those coachings we were talking about? Bring that Rockpon in the back. And then we need something to break the Archaludon. So like we will bring Lando, but we do not have a lot of speed control here. Just let that be known. There's not a lot of speed control here. We also have the Taunt in case we need to taunt that Fargiraffe. We might even just double. Like, are they going to lead Fargiraffe Amoonguss? That'd be pretty obnoxious. I think we can wall it, but, like, that's going to be just... It's really, really obnoxious. And I don't think Lando would actually get anything done there. We'd have to go, like, Lando Shempao, and that's not good either. So, Pelipper and Archaludon. That sprite looks so weird. Yeah, so we have to Fake Out if we need it. Let's think about what they're going to do this turn. This is a hard one. So, we have Fake Outs up. I'm just going to Thunder Punch the Pelipper, and... I don't think you need to Fake Out here. I'm just going to go Coaching, because I can. It's cool. Yeah, I'll go for a Coaching boost. We do a lot of damage to that Archaludon, and I'm trying to force a defensive Terra here. Maybe they go Grass Terra? That'd be kind of nice, right? Ground Terra! Pelipper! Whoa! Draco. Yeah, we're good. You're at -2 now. We take those. And Hurricane. Yeah, I didn't Terra, so we're good. Oh, no. We just got confused, dude. How unlucky. Ground Terra Pelipper. What a gamer. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Ice Spinner's good there. Huh. I think at this point, I still am going to try to attack stuff. I need Pelipper off the board, believe it or not. I'm going to Drain Punch there, and I will try the Stellar Terra Close Combat, dude. I'm trying to be a gamer out here. Let's go. Oh, yeah, dude, that's valuable. I don't even care. That's sick. You Hurricane here. I don't die. And I get my Drain Punch off. But also, I threaten here with the Stellar Terra Ice Spinner. I like that so much. Okay. I see you. Urshi Water. This is going to be El Scarfo, right? This is big El Scarfo. And your Hurricane does 22% to hand. So you're still actually, like, threatened. So you have to attack there. So, like, we can actually get away with, like, that and that. You're not Scarfed. That's fine. Cool, just lose your Pelipper. Surging Strikes takes this guy out. That's absolutely fine. Remember, we got a Rock Pawn in the back. We got Rock Pawn in the back. We're not afraid to use it. We got Lando in the back. We outspeed your Urshi. What is your last Mon? In Sin. It's in Sin. So we just want to bring out something that has a Protect. Could be a Amoonguss. So, yeah, it's in Sin. Cool. We knew it. Awesome. I don't think this really matters. Because, like, Close Combat goes hard into that thing. And I think you just follow me. Yep. We're fine. You just follow me. You can Fake Out here and then hit here, but I'm outspeed you, and then, like, I don't lose anything for this. Then we just win with Lando. Cool. This is the safest way to do it. Yeah, because, like, Mienshao does not care about Sin. Close Combat, get that stat drop. Big sturdy energy. See, those extra defense boosts or whatever didn't even matter. We don't know if this is Sash, but we're just going to come in Ivy Cudgel and come in with a CC, baby. Aqua Jet, hey, good play. But, we still got it. And Earth Power, Close Combat wins the day. You can go for a, what is it? You can go for a big Aqua Jet, but yeah, we take those. So, like, the coaching worked. The more aggressive Ogerpon, I would say, you know, it worked for what we were trying to do. It didn't really matter that we had all those extra points in bulk. But yeah, I think that the coaching was fun. The Stellar Terra Shambao was fun. I think this team's really, really good. And the submitted rental code, again, there's nothing wrong with this rental. Really, really amazing team. I'm happy to see it submitted. I wish I had more positive feedback. Again, the only things I would change is I feel like your Metagross is a bit of a wasted spot because it does a lot of the same things as your hands. So if you're looking for like one Mon that you could use differently, maybe a Corv, maybe even like a Gold Dengo. on this team could be a different job, because you said you struggle with Bolt. I think Gold Dengo can go decently into Bolt with the right teammates, so that might be an option. You know, at that point you might even be able to cut the Lando for something like an Amoonguss and go in a little bit more of your own balance core as well with like Amoonguss hands. That could be something really good as well. So hopefully those changes helped. Thank you again for submitting the team. If you guys have a team you guys want to submit to Patreon for team fixing, let me know. We didn't do a lot of fixing in this episode, but you know, I'm trying to do at least 1 or 2 of these a day until I go to Vancouver. So if you have a team you want me to take a look at, feature in a video, do my absolute best to fix, think about checking out the official team submission posts on Patreon. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, gets access to all of the stuff on Patreon, as well as the Discord tab, which basically is the best place to ask me quick questions on T-building stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and other than that, peace out. I'll see you guys next time.